Central Village Railway. For the safety of our younger riders, we ask that the adults place themselves on the outside of the rope. And if it's not practical, make sure that they are held or easily within your reach. We ask that you do not stand up and move around whatsoever while the train is in motion, keeping your head, hands, and feet inside the cars at all times. Eating, drinking, and smoking are not permitted, but water from an enclosed water bottle is just fine. We want to thank you for joining us this Memorial Day weekend, coming here to celebrate the holiday and remembering all the men and women who have fallen in those different branches of our military, just so that we can be free. Your trip will last approximately 30 minutes. Sit back and enjoy. As we move away, say goodbye to passenger news our station master. We have over 300 years of American history in which to explore. Over 80 acres as well. I know it's difficult to get it all in one day, but do your best and hope something inspires you today that gets you thinking about something new. Our village is divided into 7 different districts. The very first one is the Henry Ford Model T. Over to your left, you have the White Hart House. That's the birthplace of Harvey White on the 1863 on the second floor of that farmhouse. After visiting there and learning about his early life, walk over to the Ford Motor Company, learn how he came up with the vision of a motor car, the 1908 Model T. And today we have a photo op. We are celebrating 1927 was the final year of the Model T off the assembly line. And you can view the 50th million car that was off that assembly line. Take a picture on one of our cars today. Take a ride on the Bushel-Spillman Carousel, built in 1913. Thomas Edison statue takes us into Edison district, where you could, in front of us, you'll see the Menlo Park complex. The 2-story gray structure is upstairs, where Edison worked on the incandescent light bulbs, the phonograph, improving on the telephone and the telegraph. He received over 420 patents while he worked at the Menlo Park laboratory, and the single men that did work for him would rent a room over at Sarah Jordan's boarding house. It's that yellow mustard house you see on your left side. It made history of its own in December of 1879, being one of the very first homes in the entire world fitted with electricity. And you go inside, you'll see the wires as they line the walls and the ceilings. When Edison ventured into district. Here you could stroll through the streets. Enter into the homes where presenters will tell you about the people that once lived there. Visit the home of Robert Frost, Noah Webster, Dr. Giddings, and the Daggett family farmhouse while you're here, as well as the Maddox family home, the Hermitage Slave Quarters. We are now coming into the Susquehanna station. Please remain seated. The engineer will set a brake and give us the sound of a single whistle that lets us know it's safe to come off the train. Should you be deboarding, you're going to exit to your left side at the station. Let's say hello to our station master, Laura, as we pull in.
What side are we getting out on, Orange? No, he told us.
Wait for the whistle before you stand. It's safe to come off the train. Do look around. Make sure you have all those things that you come on board with, especially the little ones. And thank you for riding the Greenfield Village Railway with us.
Just taking a break.
Two more stops. Figure that. Okay.
Lauren does. Lauren's educational trip, right?
We have to go back and look at it. Maybe it's later on. Right here in this field, using this back one. They didn't plan it, or they just, either they didn't, or they just happened to.
We'll come back on it.
We're gonna come back
We're gonna go
out.
look at some political stuff.
Either they're not going to, or they wouldn't go.
She just wants to ride around. Plus we go to But we've got to keep the
Because it's all connected. Yeah, I will. No, we're not. Come back over here. Because you don't need to be ready. That's fine.
Why your leg is just wide as much. I know. Way down there like this.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Greenfield Village Railway.
Wait, they dropped it.
For the safety of our younger riders, we ask that the adults with them place themselves on the outside of the row. If it's not practical, make sure that they are held or easily within your reach. We also ask that you do not stand up and move around while the train's in motion, keeping your head, hands, and feet inside the cars at all times. Eating, drinking, and smoking are not permitted, but water from an enclosed water bottle is encouraged. Stay hydrated today. We are now moving over to the Smiths Creek Station. Enjoy the train ride. Thank you. Let's wave goodbye to Laura, our station master, as we pull away. Thanks, Laura, for getting everybody on board safely and getting us out on time. Over to your left, we have our Susquehanna Plantation, built in 1835 from St. Mary County, Maryland. The Carroll family owned this plantation, and they also owned 65 people that they enslaved to do all the work on the 700-acre plantation. A presenter inside the building will tell you more about the hardships that they endured. We have the Little Plimpton family home from early 1700s from Sudbury, Massachusetts. Mr. and Mrs. Plimpton raised 7 children in that one-room home. You have to go and take a look for yourself. The Barris windmill was built in 1650 from Cape Cod, Massachusetts. It happens to be the oldest standing windmill in the United States. Have a visit over to the Daggett family farmhouse. Our staff there portraying the Daggett family family home and show what life was like back in before the American Revolution. Samuel Daggett was a carpenter. He built a home and wrought furniture. And here we come upon hope you had a chance to ride on Wednesday. To the left is a pasture that we have for our Percheron draft and Morgan horses. A chance for them to get a little rest and relaxation from pulling carts, plows, and wagons around the village. It looks like they're all out doing work. The locomotive pulling our train right now is called the Edison. Originally it was built in 1870 and it was owned by the Edison Cement Company. Henry Ford purchased it and it was in derelict condition. He had it completely rebuilt. When it was finished, he named it Edison after his dear friend Thomas Edison, who passed away in 1931. Essentially how steam locomotive works. We're coming into our wildlife preserve. Sit back and enjoy the sounds that you hear from the steam locomotive. Midwestern teams. You don't need a special ticket, just come out and cheer for your favorite team. Looking way over to the left and up the hills, the backside of the Cotswold Cottage. Tea time has returned to Cotswold Cottage. It was built in 1619. Quite the experience to have tea as you just enjoy the day. Thursdays through Sundays will be tea time days throughout the summer, and the times will be from 11 to 3. In front of us is our Henry Ford Academy High School. It was built in 1997. It's a charter school that specializes in the STEAM program: science, technology, engineering, art, and math. We have over 500 students this school year, and the 9th graders have classes at the museum. 10th through 12th graders have classes here. Henry Ford always believed that learning to do is by doing. These students are able to take what they study in the classroom and then go out into the village or the museum and see it for themselves. It's not like any other learning experience anywhere else in the country. These vintage Pullman cars on your left were converted into classrooms, and they're always reserved for the senior class. To be a student here, one must live in Wayne County, Michigan. After you submit the application, it's the luck of the draw, in which you're able to attend high school here. 4 years and it's all tuition free. Over to the left and up the hill to Chapel that Henry Ford built in honor of his mother-in-law Martha Biden and his mother Mary Joy. Since 1930, there have been many weddings celebrated here. And as a matter of fact, tonight and tomorrow night we will have more weddings. We also have the Scott Settlement Schoolhouse, the Logan County Courthouse, and this will be the site for our newest village addition, and it's the Jackson's Family Home. The Jackson home comes to us from Selma, Alabama, and it was a haven and a strategic planning place for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and many of his colleagues during the civil rights protests of 1965. The historic activities will lead directly to the signing of the Voting Freedom Act of 1965. Soon to come in 2026. We are now coming into our Smiths Creek Station. Please remain seated. The engineer will set a brake, giving us the sound of a single whistle that lets us know it's safe to come off the train. You'll exit to your left side at the station. And if I can make a suggestion, if you have not yet taken a ride on the Herschel Stillman Carousel, you still have time to do so. And then when you take a 1 block away, you can enter into the center of our universe, the frozen custard stand. Enjoy one of those frosty treats today before you leave Greenfield Village. Wait for the whistle.
Yeah. Wanna go to the other side now? Right. Stop.
It's safe to come off the train. Look around, make sure you have all the possessions you've come on board with. Thank you for riding the Greenfield Village Railway with us.
What's that?
One more.
Why are we going to ride this? This is fun. When you go around the whole park, you don't have to walk. You like it? You want to walk the whole way? It's miles and miles. I think you get tired. I think it's time for a big when we get in the car. Guess what kind of snack I got? You gonna guess? Well, I still need to get home. Get Fudge Bar. Huh? Yeah, I'm talking about what else?
Tell me to get
Oreo cup cookies.
Watch what? Huh?
Look at all those people.
You're not watching anything. You watch the colors of the arrows when you go home.
Are you stretching too?
The train's gonna calm you down.
Going on. Mama's got to stay close to you so he's right here. You got to be able to grab you if something goes wrong.
Yeah, literally have
Sarah, do you like fish? But hopefully they're going to get water.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Village Railroad. For the safety of our younger riders, we ask that the adults with them place themselves on the outside of the road. If that's not practical, please hold them or have them easily in your reach. Remain seated till we come to a complete stop. Keep arms, legs, and head inside the car. No eating or smoking. Thank you.
Sit in the middle.
So we're off to the main gate fire substation, but we're going to stop at the watering tower just up ahead to take on the good water. Fifth Street Depot is one of the original 28 buildings in the village when we opened October 21st of 1929. It's an authentic train depot, comes to us from Smith Street, Michigan, about 50 miles or so northeast of here, just outside of Fort Worth. The open-air building to the left is the Detroit Central Marketplace, originally built in 1861 in downtown Detroit. The large brick building ahead and to the left is the Detroit Toledo and Milwaukee Roundhouse. Originally built in 1884 in Marshall, Michigan, about an hour and a half west of here. We salvaged what we could that was structurally sound out of the old building and included in this one and opened it up in 2000. We do all of our service, repair, and maintenance on our 3 coal-fired steam locomotives in that building, and it's open after being closed for 4 years for your visitation.
Put water in. No idea. The water's hot.
Wow, it's water that.
Yeah, you fill it up with water for the cleaning box.
That's something that
In the large brick building to the left front is the Detroit Toledo and Milwaukee Roundhouse, originally built in 1884 in Marshall, Michigan, about an hour and a half west of here. We salvaged what we could that was structurally sound, included in this building, and opened it up in 2000. We do all of our service, repair, and maintenance on our 3 coal-fired steam locomotives in that building. Where once there were over 10,000 roundhouses in the United States, servicing about 70,000 steam locomotives. There may be a dozen left or so, and very few of those do the work that were intended to do as we did that. Well, we're on our way now to the main gate fire station. On the other side of the roundhouse, behind the trees and bushes, is Liberty and Breathwork, where the artisans do the last long oddity making, weaving, and all that is open for you to visit. The largest part of our working farms district will be off to the right side as we continue the left turn up ahead. Firestone Farm, built 1828 in Columbia. Workplace and childhood home. And rubber company, a very good friend of his. Working farm. And it's working year round. Open for you to visit. Well, we're approaching the main gate Firestone Station. If you choose to get off here, it's a short walk back to the farmhouse or over to the three ports or even to the Model T. Loading dock for a ride throughout the village. Remain seated, please. Wait for the whistle from the engineer. Once you hear that blast on the whistle, that'll indicate he has set the air brake. It'll be safe to get up at that time and exit on the right side only. We'll be here for about 6 or 7 minutes and then make another round.